Hi everyone, Janie here, and today I'm going to be making a birthday card that has a cake pop up inside. And I'll be using the super easy pop-up mechanism technique that I did a tutorial on last month. And if you missed it, I will have a link to it on the screen at the end of this video. So let's get started. I'm going to be making a 5.5-inch square card base, which is really easy to do with an 8.5 by 11-inch piece of cardstock. I just cut it at 5.5 inches, so it's 5.5 inches by 11 inches, and then you just fold that in half, and that gives you a 5.5-inch square card base. I lost the footage showing that, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory. And I'm going to be using some papers from my stash that are either scraps or very old, so I won't go into detail about that. And I'm also going to be using a couple of cutting dies, starting with this one that I believe is from an old Sizzix set that I no longer have the packaging for. And for this InLoveArts Bow and Happy Birthday cutting die set. And today is my first time ever using it, so I'm looking forward to it. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm cutting those out of the leftover piece of cardstock that I had from making the card base. And I'm just running that through my Sizzix Big Shot Switch Plus. And all of those pieces cut out so beautifully. I also cut a second happy birthday out of black because I'm going to be layering that. But for now, I'm going to be using my InLoveArts mini ink blending brush and close to my heart raspberry ink to do a little inking around the edges of all of the bow pieces just to add a little shading and depth. I just think it looks better than just the flat color of the cardstock. I think it gives it a little bit more of a realistic look. I have a variety of tools for ink blending, but I really love that mini ink blending brush. It is so easy to use and does a wonderful job and cleans up beautifully. As for the Close to My Heart ink that I'm using, I am sorry to say that Close to My Heart is no longer in business, but I have a ton of their products and I still use them all the time. Okay, well, I'm going to finish inking up these pieces, and this is basically what it's going to look like. Before I glue everything on the front of the card, I have this one piece that's going on the inside, and I think it would be easier to glue that on before all the other things are on the front, because I'm afraid it would just be too lumpy and, well, not that easy. So I think I'll just put this on the inside, and then we can start, working on the outside. Okay. Here we go. I'm just going to eyeball that. And I think that's close enough to center for me. So make sure, yeah, I think that looks good. Okay, now I'll close that up and we'll start on the outside. And I'm just going to glue this on. And you know, this is not a tutorial, so it's just, I guess the inside is going to be a tutorial, the pop-up piece. But for the outside, it's just putting layers on a card. And I guess in a way it's also going to be showing how to put that bow together in case you are interested in getting that. You might want to see somebody actually use it. I need my glue eraser. But as I always say, when using a beacon, you can just rub it off. So that works. Okay. So now I have to put these on, and I think I might just speed things up a little bit to save on time. So let me do that. You may have noticed when I showed you a picture of this cutting die set that there are two different sizes of the straight strips. I'm using the long strips for this because I'm doing a square card and it's larger. But if you use the long one and the shorter one, it works perfectly for an A2 size card. I think it's nice having two different size strips because it gives you more options on the size card you want to make. And also, as I said earlier, this is the first time I have used this cutting die set, and even though I'm wanting to show you how the pieces go together, in case you decide you want to buy this bow and happy birthday set, I do have to admit that I am not 100% sure how it goes together, and I'm just putting them together the way that I think it's supposed to go. So, if you do get this set, you can play around with it and maybe come up with something different. Also, you might notice that I'm not gluing each piece completely down. I'm leaving all of the outer edges loose as if it were a real bow, and you could probably even use something like pop dots or adhesive foam tape to add a little bit more dimension if you wanted. I'm sure there's a variety of ways to use this bow, and also I think that there is a variety of occasions, like Christmas. I'm actually thinking about maybe adding some stickles around the edges of everything. So we'll see how that goes. But next, I'm going to be gluing these on. So I'm going to put the pink on the bottom, and then I'm going to layer the black over the top. So I'm going to go do that really quick. I use spray adhesive to do this, so I can't do it on camera. And I will be right back. So there is the front of the card, and I wish I had someone here. I wish that you were here just to give me your opinion. Should I leave this the way it is, or should I add some stickles around all of the edges, which would include adding it along the edges of the ribbon? Very tough decision, something I'm going to think about. And then we're going to move to the inside of the card where I'm going to add my pop-up feature, can't even talk straight, my pop-up feature, which is going to be the cake. And I also have this to put at the bottom, but I'm going to wait until I get the cake in. And I also have some leftover pieces from when I trimmed down the front, and I'm thinking I will put those in here as well. So decisions, but I will be back, and we'll see what I decide to do about this. Okay, I decided on the stickles, and if you could just see it in person, you would think it's amazing. Another thing about seeing it in person is the color is not true to color. That is actually bright pink, not a peach color. And the stickles I found to use is called Fruit Punch, and it also has similar colors in it that are not showing up good on camera, but I like how that turned out. So now we're going to move on to the inside of the card, and we'll start with the mechanism. The first thing I want to do is make my pop-up piece using this InLoveArts 3-tier birthday cake cutting die set. And it comes with the cake, the frosting, the candle, and happy birthday. But I'm just going to be using the cake and the frosting for this. And I'm also going to be using this Cuttlebug embossing folder that is so old it says Provo Craft on it. And even though I'm not showing it, all of the die cutting and embossing is being done with my Sizzix Big Shot Switch Plus that I used earlier in the video. But I always like to show you how well everything cuts, because I don't know about you, but that's something that is important to me because I've had some bad experiences in the past, even with some big name brands. So I love having cutting dies that I don't have to fuss with. And now that all of those pieces are cut out, next I'm going to glue the layers of frosting to the cake. And then after I did that, I wanted those little sprinkle openings to look more like sprinkles, so I decided to use my Nuvo Crystal Drops in Carnation Pink to fill in each of those spots, giving it pretty pink sprinkles that match the pink on the rest of the card. And here it is with the pink sprinkles, and I think it looks perfect. What do you think? So for the pop-up I'm using today in this card, I am using the same pop-up technique that I shared with you last month when I showed you how to do this card as well as a couple other cards. And in that video, I had written instructions linked, well, a blog post link for the written instructions. And so I'm going to put that blog post link below in the description box, and I'm also going to link that video here on the screen and on the screen at the end of this video, because there is math involved. So, really quickly, I'm going to show you my math. I am using a piece of the same pearlescent cardstock that I used for the cake. Normally you would either use something that matches the cake or matches the inside of your card. And so I chose to go a little bit smaller than the base of the card. I could have even gone skinnier and gone all the way up the back, but I'm not. I'm going the height of this first layer of the cake. And I've decided that I want the pop-up to be 3/4 of an inch out. So I'm going to start off with 3/4 of an inch, and I'm scoring that. And then I want it to be 1.5 inches tall. So I'm going to add 1.5 inches to that. And let me see if I can get my math right. There's an inch, there's a 1/2 inch, and an inch. So 2 1/4. And then we're going to go 3/4 again, which will bring us to 3 inches. And 1.5 inches again, which will bring us to 4.5 inches. And that leaves the last piece here that is 3/4 of an inch. And I know that is totally confusing without watching my tutorial in my other video and seeing all of the written instructions to go along with it. But basically, I folded on all of those lines, and I folded into a little box that looks just like this. And I'm just going to put some glue right there and glue that together, and I am going to have my pop-up mechanism ready to go. So it's really easy to do, and my other video will explain it much better, and so will the blog post. So like I said, the blog post will be listed below in the description box. Okay, now I am going to let that dry because I want to make sure, I mean, like right now it's, it's connected, but with the, opening and closing, I don't want it to come apart. And so, and I keep getting glue on it. That's what I'm wiping off. So I'm going to let that dry, and I'll be right back. I just have this acrylic block here to hold the card down, so this really isn't of any importance. And what is important is this is the seam right here where you glued the two pieces together. You want that seam to face the back where this where the fold is. Okay, that way it's not visible. And I'm going to be putting glue on that bottom piece and the back piece, and gluing those in place. And you can do this with double-sided tape, you can do it with glue, you can do it with a combination. Sometimes that's the best, just so it holds it in quicker. Alright, so I'm just going to line this up, kind of find what I consider to be the center. That looks about right. Looks about right to me. Okay, and you just really want to make sure that everything is glued in place. It's really important so that the mechanism, doesn't come undone. So I have that in. I am now going to fold it closed, and I'm going to sit something on it, probably this right here, okay, just to hold it in place while it dries. And here is the finished card, and I am so happy with it. And that Stickles was the perfect addition to this. And as I said while I was making it, I did not glue the bow down all the way because I wanted it to be left loose like a real bow. So I really love this die set. And the happy birthday, perfect. I like that I layered it with the pink and the black so that it matches the colors in the paper. And I love how this turned out. And then of course when the recipient opens it, the cake pops up. And I know you're looking at it down instead of straight on, and I'll get some pictures for you. I'll turn it this way, but I don't think that helps that much. But I love it. I could have added the candle to the top of it, but I really didn't want to. I think I like it just the way that it is. And you may have wondered why I added that piece in the back, other than I didn't want, just a solid pink background. But I wanted the balloons because it was so much like a party with the balloons behind the cake. And so I just love it. I love how easy it is to make this pop-up. And it doesn't show when you're looking at it straight on. So just a really fun birthday card, really fun for the recipient, and I just absolutely love, love, love how it turned out. And I will put some pictures here on the screen so you can see it and see it in true color. I really hope you enjoyed watching me make this card as much as I enjoyed making it. And as always, I hope that it has inspired you with some ideas of your own. And if you'd like to learn more about how to make that easy pop-up feature, be sure to check out my blog post listed below and my tutorial video that I'll have a link to here on the screen at the end of this video. Also, if you like the products that I used, I will have those linked below also in the description box, along with a 25% off discount code to InLoveArts should you decide to shop there. Thank you all so much for stopping by and watching to the end. I truly appreciate you all so much. And happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye.